It has been quite a day, and thanks for watching this first hour of the Channel 4 News at 5 and 5:30.
But stay right where you are. Chuck's not moving. He's going to join Anna Garcia. She's standing by with a look at what's next on the Channel 4 News at 6. Anna.
Colleen, more than 50 aftershocks since that quake hit today at 11:42 a.m. Our live coverage of today's earthquake continues next at 6. We're at Caltech, where we ask, is the quake a sign that an even bigger one could strike within the next 24 hours?
About and there was the earthquake.
We're experiencing an earthquake.
And new at 6, our cameras were rolling inside LA City Hall when the quake hit, and we've learned that the city's emergency plan hit a few snags. And there's damage in the wake of that earthquake. We'll take you live across all of Southern California. A very busy Channel 4 News at 6 is just a few minutes away.
Alzheimer's. New treatments show some promise in improving the quality of life for the millions fighting this disease. But where do we stand in finding a cure? Our special series, Confronting Alzheimer's, continues tonight on NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Live from NBC4, this is the Channel 4 News at 6.
We got a mess. It's a California mess, so.
The strongest earthquake to rock an urban area in years shakes Southern California, and it leaves a mess in homes and retail stores. But this time, we got lucky. No one was seriously hurt.
Well, this earthquake that we had today had a magnitude of 5.4, and it was considered moderate. It was centered near Chino Hills in San Bernardino County, but it was felt from Los Angeles all the way to San Diego and as far east as Las Vegas.
We have full coverage of this quake, beginning with Channel 4's Mary Parks live in Chino.
Right, we are at Chino Hills Parkway and the 71 freeway or highway here, the epicenter or ground zero, if you will. And that doesn't necessarily mean this was the place where the shaking was the strongest. And there have been so many oddities in connection with today's quake. For example, a Redlands traffic collision at exactly 11:42 this morning. There were some dust clouds along the 91 from a landslide that people thought were brush fires. But fortunately, just one very moderate leg injury in the Palm Springs area. And in terms of homes and businesses, very minor damage.
Just after he walks in, you'll see the lamps really start.
This surveillance video recorded inside a pizza shop in Chino Hills perhaps illustrates the magnitude 5.4 shaker and how it alarmed customers inside.
You know, you can kind of feel it coming, and you kind of felt the shake at first. You didn't know how big it was going to be, and then right away you knew it hit pretty hard. It was a pretty big hit.
Emergency crews scrambled to check buildings, bridges, and freeways within a 50-mile radius.
So far, we've inspected State Route 60, State Route 91. We've investigated State Route 71, which runs through Chino Hills here, State Route 142, Chino Hills Parkway, also Interstate 10, and we have found no damage as of this time.
Damage appears to be confined to a handful of businesses. Merchandise fell to the floor, glass was broken, and pictures knocked off walls, but no one was seriously injured.
When it started shaking, it started feeling like the part of my house was just going to break off, and the other part was going to stay there. And I moved over to stand in an open area where there was like no trees for they wouldn't fall on me or anything.
All of a sudden, everybody was screaming, and it was awful. We all ran out, and I just went home to check on my animals, and so, yeah, it was very scary.
Now, tonight here in the Chino Hills area, believe it or not, we have not felt even one of those many aftershocks that we've been hearing of. And tonight, the freeways in the area open and clear. I'm Mary Parks reporting live, Channel 4 News.
Mary spoke of aftershocks. There were 27 in just the first hour after the earthquake hit. Our cameras were rolling at the Los Angeles City Council meeting today when the earthquake happened, and we captured how the politicians reacted. Channel 4's Laurel Erickson is live downtown with more on that. Laurel?
What better place to be? They say they've got this thing in control. What we found out is that the folks who work in City Hall East over here had a much different experience than the folks who work in City Hall, the old City Hall, where the council met. What we're going to show you is we're going to show you what happened in council, how that was handled, and then we're going to talk to City Controller Laura Chick. She's been critical of the city's preparation plan. We're going to talk to the Emergency Operations Director and also LAPD. So now let's go into City Council at 11:42 this morning.
I know this is a lot of money you're talking about. And there was the earthquake. Earthquake, earthquake.
We're experiencing an earthquake.
Earthquake.
Please.
We got an earthquake. Still happening. We got an earthquake. The building is rolling.
Yes, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, just so everybody in the audience knows, this building, when it was reconstructed, is on what are called base isolators. They're huge shock absorbers. So this building is very safe. Don't panic.
You're all safe in here, so don't leave the building yet.
For the public that is here, I think we'll take a 10 to 15 minute. We will have a conversation with our EOC to see exactly what occurred during this period of time.
They closed down the bridge connecting City Hall and City Hall East, and they stopped the elevators. And they didn't make an announcement on the PA system to tell city employees what was going on and where to go and what to do. Now, that's insane. We've got thousands of people working in this building, and we clearly don't have a plan for city employees, or at least not a plan that city employees are aware of. When I brought this up in City Council about an hour ago, one of the council members said, well, if you're tuned in to city council sessions, they made an announcement about closing the bridge. Now, that is not a good disaster preparedness plan.
The plans need to be updated.
So they were immediately on this from the time of notification. We started notifying people within our commands. We put 5 helicopters up to do aerial assessments of the city, and they report back on what they find.
The Operations Center was working 6 minutes after the quake, and LAPD, as Chief McDonald says, was out there doing their job. Now, when you've got predictions of a 7.9 earthquake in the next 25 years, it is a worry for the folks here in Los Angeles. That's why they are preparing so seriously for this fall's Southern California shakeout. That's in November. Reporting live from the Civic Center, Laurel Erickson, Channel 4 News.
All right, thanks, Laurel. Well, located just 5 miles from the epicenter, residents of Anaheim Hills were among those who felt some of the strongest shaking from today's earthquake. Channel 4's Beverly White live tonight in Anaheim Hills with more on that. Beverly.
That's right, Anna. The palm trees and this gentle breeze belie the damage and the drama from some 6 hours ago. The high-speed rides at Disneyland were closed for inspection. That's in Anaheim. While here in the Anaheim Hills, supermarkets and even households report some scattered damage.
No, we're closed due to earthquake damage.
The after-work grocery shopping ritual got a rude interruption for patrons of this pavilions in Anaheim Hills. Like plenty of businesses hit hard by the Chino Hills earthquake, damage forced early closures from falling tiles, busted inventory, and time needed to clean up and restock. This woman was inside the local Target when the building started to shake.
Like all the ceiling tiles started falling down, there was wires hanging down, things were falling off the shelves, and people started screaming and running, and that was pretty scary.
While in area communities, the losses were more personal.
It was just a kind of like a swift rolling and then a jerk and then a real strong jerking back and forth. And that's when my dog went crazy. I kind of had to tackle him because his feet was going faster than his body. And then, yeah, I heard all this commotion and boom and boom.
That boom was a 36-inch TV crashing to the ground in the upstairs bedroom of Julie's 12-year-old daughter.
I really liked having TV in my room so I could watch it because it's got like 9,000 channels or something because it's DirecTV, and so like all that's gone.
Gone too are the workers at Brea City Hall, where everyone on the 3rd floor was sent home in the quake's aftermath. Same for the Brea Mall, where moments of rumbling forced a 3-hour shutdown. Things are calming down. Orange County closed its emergency operations center some 3 hours ago, but citizens again report to us cosmetic damage and certainly jangled nerves. Reporting live in Anaheim Hills, I'm Beverly White, Channel 4 News.
Out in Pasadena at Caltech, seismologists are closely studying today's earthquake and at least 50 aftershocks that have followed. Channel 4's Conan Nolan is live in Pasadena with the latest there. Conan?
Eats up about 10 seconds. Well, Chuck, about 9 miles deep. That is pretty standard for Southern California. As you pointed out, felt over a wide area. That, too, is standard considering the sediment that builds up in the basins, the valleys. That accentuates the ground movement. What has scientists very interested here is that this ends a 10-year dormant period, a dormant period that had them fairly complex. Now, we can take a look at this shake map that gives you an idea as to the wave motion following the initial stage of this earthquake as it started to dissipate throughout the rest of the Southern California region. They're not exactly sure what fault this was on. They believe it's halfway between the Chino fault and the Whittier Narrows fault. The Whittier Narrows fault, of course, breaking in last time in 1987. They're also concerned about the very significant aftershock sequence that we've seen here. Again, not out of the ordinary, but still, they've been noticing some fairly strong ones. As we mentioned, 3.0 magnitude, at least 2 of them. And if it came to the Whittier Narrows earthquake back in '87, they had a over 5.3 magnitude aftershock from that earthquake. But once again, the question is there a possibility that this could be a foreshock, that there's a stronger aftershock down the road than the main quake we felt this morning? Well, this is what Tom Heaton of the U.S. Geological Survey and Caltech had to say about that.
When earthquake sequences get happening, things can get exciting, and there's a chance we'll see a bigger earthquake. It's small, but there's a good chance we'll see more aftershocks, and there's a good chance one of those you'll be back here and we'll be talking about that aftershock. We don't know.
If you took only the main shock, its location and its focal mechanism are consistent with the Whittier Fault, but the aftershocks aren't matching that, and we're seeing the aftershocks go really deep.
And this is file video from October 1st of 1987, Whittier Narrows. 3 people died in that earthquake, over $500 million in damage, and there was an aftershock, 5.3 magnitude, 3 days following the 5.9 earthquake at Whittier Narrows. So they're very concerned, and there's some evidence to suggest that this earthquake may have been on that fault. They'll be taking a look at it, but keep in mind the most important lesson to be learned here, this is, of course, earthquake country. We've heard that before. They are scheduling a major earthquake drill in November of this year, and scientists here are happy to learn that a lot of people certainly are paying attention to that now, that they have once again felt the ground move below them. It's once again an earthquake here in Southern California. I'm Conan Noble, reporting live from Caltech. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Conan. Governor Schwarzenegger is offering whatever assistance is needed in the aftermath of the earthquake. After the quake struck, the governor spoke with Mayor Villaraigosa, who is vacationing in London, as well as other city and county officials.
I assured them all that we will be there with any assistance that they need, and that we have activated our state and regional emergency services.
Schwarzenegger said that the Office of Emergency Services is checking the affected area to ensure that levees, bridges, and other critical parts of the infrastructure are inspected and declared safe.
One of the areas that suffered the most damage in today's earthquake is the city of Pomona.
Check, I'm Ted Chen in Pomona, where the building behind me did not withstand this earthquake. It also did minor damage to the city's Antique Row. We'll show you it coming up.
And from the quake to this, a fast-moving brush fire that burned dangerously close to homes in LA County. That is still ahead.
Madonna's shocking transformation, next extra. Her own brother doesn't know what happened to her face. We get a second opinion from a plastic surgeon. Then, the sneaky summer foods that could keep you out of a two-piece. Next extra.
On NBC 4.
With stuffed crust pizza, you can't go straight for all that cheese in there.
Right.
It's America's favorite stuffed crust pizza with loads of melty cheese stuffed inside. Specially priced at just $11.99. America's favorite pizza. Pizza Hut. Order online.
The Chrysler $299 Gas Guarantee Plus ends in just 2 days.
Hurry in now, because when you buy or lease most Chrysler vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year.
Plus, get up to $2,000 bonus cash allowance on a great selection of Chrysler vehicles. Or choose 0% financing for 72 months on Aspen. All backed by our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. Hurry, because the Chrysler $299 Gas Guarantee Plus ends in 2 days.
Food is our life.
And our passion.
When we started our catering company, we knew we needed a website because more and more customers are searching for small businesses online.
And since building websites isn't what we do best, it had to be easy and have everything we need to stay on top of our business.
With Microsoft Office Live Small Business, you can create your own professional website. It's fast, easy, and free to get started, and comes with powerful tools to help you manage and grow your business online. Take your business online today. Get started for free at getofficelive.com.
Did you know that in less than a year, your TV could stop working? That's because all TV stations are required to switch to digital. And if you're not ready, you could be in the dark. No news, no shows, no joke. But making the switch is simple. If you get TV over the air using an antenna, all you need is one of these. A digital converter will allow older sets to keep on working. For more information, visit knbc.com/digital.
There's never been a better time to do something completely sensible with your money. Hurry in to Hyundai's Dollars and Cents sales event and get up to $2,000 cash back on Hyundai sedans. Come see why features like America's best warranty make Hyundai the smartest choice around. Hyundai's Dollars and Cents sales event. So many ways to save some money on a new car. So little time to save. Right now, get a 2009 Sonata with 32 miles per gallon and $2,000 cash back. See your Southern California Hyundai dealers now.
Wing Street has 162 ways to wing it. So many intense flavors, from honey barbecue to burnin' hot. Get them bone in, bone out, or traditional. All delivered by Pizza Hut. Wing Street, you've been warned. Order now at wingstreet.com.
On the next Access Hollywood, Pam, girl on the loose and unleashed. Her new reality show, My New Interview. Plus, Blake Lively's Gossip Girl wardrobe secrets revealed. Next Access Hollywood. Tonight at 7:30 on NBC4.
On your screen now are some pictures from Pomona, of course, another city very close to the epicenter in Chino Hills of today's 5.4 earthquake. Older structures built with bricks never seemed to hold up very well in an earthquake, and there was other property damage in Pomona as well. And for that, let's go to Ted Chen, who's live in Pomona. Ted?
Chuck, many of the buildings here in Pomona are more than a century old, and that's always been a concern for firefighters, excuse me, who worry about natural disasters like earthquakes. And this building right behind me did not withstand this earthquake. You can see the back facade crumbled, and you can see that pile of bricks there in the alley. This is fortunately an abandoned building. It was already condemned. City Hall also sustained some damage to some windows, but most of the damage here in Pomona was to nerves. The earthquake did its damage at City Hall and at Robbins Antique Mart in Pomona. Broken lamps, vases, and portraits were strewn across the floor. Everyone's insides were pretty stressed out, too.
It did shake, rattle, and roll. And I had a lot of customers in the store. They all ran out. And it was a little nerve-wracking. My stomach is just about now coming back into perspective where it should be.
A couple of blocks away, a shower of bricks littered this alley on Park Street between 2nd and 3rd. The building partially collapsed right after the earthquake hit. It so compromised the building that the street was blocked off. It also compromised the nerves of the Stewart family living nearby.
It was very scary. Very scary. It felt like a truck or something hit the building.
The first boom we felt, we just thought it was something that hit on the ceiling. Then once it started shaking, we just got out the house before anything major happened.
In most stores, however, the damage was minimal. Everyone we spoke to knows the aftermath could have been a lot worse. This building where the bricks fell onto the alley, there are stress fractures throughout the building as well. That is why the street in front of it has been closed off indefinitely. Reporting live from Pomona, Ted Chen, Channel 4 News. Back to you in Burbank.
All right, thank you, Ted. Now, what about the San Fernando Valley?
Coming up, the big problems inside a local mall when the earthquake struck.
And how long can we expect to get some help from this beautiful, cool sea breeze? My full forecast in a few minutes. Coming right back.
This news update is brought to you by Legoland, California. Legoland brings out the hero in everyone.
Are you willing to brave the unknown?
Dad, what'd you find?
Here, take a look.
If so, then journey to the new land of adventure at Legoland, California, where you can battle for the hidden treasure of the Lost Kingdom. Adventurers wanted, heroes wanted. Discover the new Sea Life Aquarium at the Legoland California Resort, opening soon. Unlimited membership admission as low as $9.50 a month.
Coming up tonight, we are in London. Our major news story comes to us from Southern California, where they had a shake today. We'll look at the earthquake, what it means, what could be next.
Now more than ever, you want to get the most for your money. Look no further than the well-equipped 2008 Kia Spectra. 32 miles per gallon, 5-star safety rated, backed by an industry-leading warranty, and it's priced about $2,000 less than a Toyota Corolla XLE. Or to put it another way, a whole year's worth of gas less. The Kia Model Year-End event. It's money well saved. Now get $2,000 cash back on the Kia Spectra. Offer ends July 31st.
There's a new clinical study for people who have arthritis and are also at risk for heart disease. Participants receive study-related medical care, checkups, and study medication at no charge. You must be at least 18, have had arthritis for at least 6 months, and take daily medication for your pain. You must also have heart disease risk factors or a history of heart disease. Call 1-877-865-0001 or visit arthritisheartstudy.com today.
The event is now on. But it won't last forever. The Lexus Summer Sales Event, where you'll find the best values of the year now through September 2nd at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
NBC Tonight has the famous and the almost famous. First, on the finale of Celebrity Family Feud, what do you get when you cross Christopher Knight with an American shopper?
A sexy experience.
No. Then, on an all-new Got Talent, it's the final audition.
These are my people!
And we've saved the best for last. The season finale of Celebrity Family Feud and an all-new America's Got Talent. It all starts tonight, 8/7 Central on NBC.
We've got some breaking news we want to pass along as Los Angeles police have arrested the 13-year-old cousin of an 8-year-old girl who was killed outside her South Los Angeles apartment over the weekend. Now, the cousin is charged with murdering the girl whom prosecutors say was struck by a stray bullet fired during a gang-related shooting.
A brush fire came very close to homes in El Sereno today, but firefighters held it to under 5 acres. The cause does not appear to be earthquake-related.
And now let's go over to Fritz Coleman with the latest on the weather. Fritz.
Okay, guys, right outside and out to the Long Beach camera, we're benefiting from a bank of low stratus clouds called the marine layer, and it starts at spots like this along the coast and eventually in the pre-dawn hours works its way into the intermediate valleys, and it's helping to be our natural air conditioning system. Yes, we're warm inland, but seasonably warm. Lovely stuff. Here's some daytime highs we reached today. Downtown 79, Chino Hills at the epicenter 86, 88 Ontario, Temecula 85 degrees, Simi 78 degrees. Here's a great visible satellite view that shows this coastal eddy, this spinning that we get that deepens the marine layer. And eventually, as the sun does its work, it burns back and goes away. We're going to benefit from its work over the next couple of days. The onshore flow carrying the low clouds and fog inland, clearing by mid-morning. And we're going to have relatively mild temperatures and unchanged temperatures through Wednesday. And then a little Thursday, but more noticeable Friday, we're going to warm up. Not a lot, 4 or 5 degrees. Nobody's going to break triple digits, but we'll be close to it. Mid and upper 60s overnight, 50 at Big Bear Lake, Apple Valley, 74. Highs tomorrow up in the mountains about 82, 96 at Apple Valley. Temecula, Riverside may go 90, 108 down in Palm Springs. Mid and upper 80s in the intermediate valleys, under 100 at the Antelope Valley. Inland Orange County, low to mid 80s, and along the coast, low to mid 70s. Thousand Oaks, inland Ventura County, 81 degrees. A look now at the 7-day outlook, LA, Ventura, and Orange counties showing mid and upper 70s at the beaches. Friday's the warm-up day. You know what? Some spots, you may not even feel warmer. Friday through Sunday, we're 78 at the coast. We're slightly lower than that when we get to Monday and Tuesday, and the warmer inland valley spots, Northridge, Chatsworth, Woodland Hills may go 97 degrees on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Inland Empire, 100 plus down in the low desert. Their warm day is going to be Friday. We'll be in the low to mid 80s in the mountains and still mid and upper 90s in Riverside and San Bernardino Valley areas, but anything below 100 this time of year is a bonus.
All righty.
Have a great night.
Thank you. You too. Now back to our earthquake coverage. A Macy's department store located in the western San Fernando Valley, which is actually pretty far from the epicenter of the earthquake, had to be evacuated today because of quake-related flooding. Channel 4's Fernell Chapman is live for us in Canoga Park. Fernell?
Well, Chuck, this Macy's in Canoga Park took quite a jolt, like the rest of us. But the store is now closed because of water damage. The store was flooded. Firefighters say a 6-inch water line ruptured on the 3rd floor of the Macy's department store located at Topanga and Van Owen in Canoga Park. It was a byproduct of this morning's earthquake, according to firefighters, and it sent customers scampering for cover.
They're just telling us that there was glass and stuff, and they told us to just leave, and they weren't letting anybody go inside.
Resources got here at the Macy's, which is the Westfield Topanga Mall, and discovered a broken water main in the ceiling area of the 3rd floor. Had flowed for about 20-25 minutes, putting thousands and thousands of gallons of water out on the 3rd, 2nd, 1st floors. We got the water shut off. Just to give you an example of what it looked like on the 3rd and 2nd floor, we had about 4 to 5 inches of standing water, and those occupancies have thousands of square feet of retail space. Took us about 2.5 hours for water removal. We actually utilized Macy's personnel to help us as far as relocating their merchandise. We covered it up. There were no injuries. We actually did pretty well.
There's still no official word as to when this Macy's will reopen. All afternoon, customers were turned away. Why is it closed?
Because of the earthquake, and we had some minor water damage.
LA City Fire says this store's flooding is the only significant damage reported in the San Fernando Valley. Live in Canoga Park, I'm Fernell Chapman, Channel 4 News.
All right, thank you, Fernell. Well, we just got some new video of the earthquake from Diamond Bar.
And I'm Gordon Tokumatsu live in Diamond Bar. What did the earthquake look like as it rattled through local businesses? We'll have surveillance video coming up.
Then coming up tonight on the Channel 4 News at 11, call it a wake-up call. The earthquake, the damage, and why some say we dodged a bullet today. Also what you should and should not do when the next earthquake rolls around. Also new at 11 tonight, Channel 4 investigates the recent explosion that killed a local firefighter. Was it an accident waiting to happen? We'll have those stories and all the late-breaking news tonight after Law and Order SVU on Southern California's local news leader, the #1 Channel 4 News at 11.
This portion of the news is sponsored in part by Honda. Come see what's new at your Honda dealer today.
Retailers don't want you to see the information about to be disclosed.
Hi, I'm Tony Galata. This is my wife, Carrie Galata. This is our house, my wife's dream house. And we furnish most everything in this house with products from Direct Buy. We purchased the breakfast table and chairs. We looked at that table in some other places.
They ran around $3,500 and we picked it up for around $1,500.
If you're building, remodeling, or simply redecorating a room, there's now a way to buy virtually everything you need at prices you never imagined possible.
We've saved, I think, well over $20,000.
Just on our kitchen alone, we saved almost $10,000.
It adds up to about a $30,000 to $40,000 savings overall.
Call the number on your screen now to receive your free insider's guide to buying direct. Plus, you'll also receive a free visitor's pass for an exclusive tour of your local Direct Buy showroom. Call right now to get started buying the Direct Buy way. Stop paying retail and become part of Direct Buy, the private members-only showroom and design center. Don't wait another minute. Pick up the phone and call now.
It's the Ford Model Year Clearance, and it's your chance to choose between a Highlander Hybrid and the Edge from Ford. Both get great highway mileage, but only Edge offers Sync by Microsoft, and buying an Edge could save you $12,000. You'd need to drive the Highlander Hybrid 14 years to match that, and now you can lease an Edge for only $279 a month. And remember, Albertsons is giving away 41 Edge crossovers in 41 days. Shop every day with your preferred savings card to have more chances to enter and win.
Hey, check it out.
What is it?
It's a cereal aisle.
Everything on this side is made with whole grain.
Not every cereal is made with whole grain. But every General Mills Big G cereal is. Guaranteed. And it's there on every box.
Lucky Charms.
Honey Nut Cheerio. Get your whole grain guarantee with General Mills.
It's making me hungry.
The Jeep $299 Gas Guarantee Plus ends in just 2 days.
Hurry in now, because when you buy or lease most Jeep vehicles, you'll pay just $2.99 a gallon for gas or diesel in each of the next 3 years for up to the first 12,000 miles per year.
Plus, get $2,000 bonus cash allowance on Grand Cherokee and Commander. Or choose 0% APR financing for 72 months, both backed by the best warranty in the business. Hurry, because the Jeep $299 Gas Guarantee Plus ends in 2 days.
Closed captioning is sponsored in part by Mathis Brothers Furniture, the largest selection of name brand furniture at the lowest prices. Mathis Brothers Furniture. It's worth the drive.
The effects of the earthquake were felt today in City Terrace, where a large section of the street, you can see it right here, had to be shut down after a water main ruptured. This happened near City Terrace Drive and Eastern Avenue. Repair crews hope to have the road reopened sometime this evening. And it was something students practice again and again, but today it was no drill. Here's a look at students. These are in Pasadena, who evacuated to a football field just after the earthquake hit. At about 340,000 students in the Los Angeles Unified School District were thought to be in summer school at the time of the earthquake around 11:42 this morning.
And workers at InCycle Bicycles in West Covina barely had time to get out of the way as the quake bounced and rolled all of their display cases. Owner Mark Smits calls the damage a California mess. He's happy that no one was hurt. In North Hollywood, Channel 4 photographer Sean Browning sought to reassure his infant son that everything was okay, even though the house was shaking. He started videotaping everything. It was an amazing piece of video as you watch it here. The baby seemed reassured, even though the ceiling fans were swaying and the floors seemed to move under Daddy's feet. I wish we could see that video of Sean and his little boy. Look, there they go. And he keeps talking to his son, and his son keeps saying, "It's okay. It's okay. It's okay." There you go.
We also have some more video of the earthquake the moment it struck. Channel 4's Gordon Tokamatsu is live for us in Diamond Bar, which is about 5 miles from the epicenter. Gordon?
Well, Chuck, the population of Diamond Bar is just shy of 60,000 residents, and you can bet that most of them are probably talking about this morning's quake tonight. And take a look at some surveillance footage that was shot from a camera placed inside a Diamond Bar cafe. This is how it looked when the initial quake rattled through, swaying items, an urn of coffee spilling its contents, even drawers tossed open by themselves. The customers clearly rattled by the shaking. This was a scene repeated in many businesses around town and a few homes as well. We spoke with Fred Passoff, who lives off Diamond Bar Boulevard. He says the quake was so powerful he felt like the epicenter was right beneath his chair.
Strong shock, left, right, for about 15 seconds. Good one.
And the good news is, for all the shaking and all the rattled nerves, no major damage reported here in Diamond Bar, even though the city is located, as you said, just a couple of miles from the epicenter in Chino Hills, not far away. Live in Diamond Bar, I'm Gordon Tokumatsu, Channel 4 News.
All right, thank you, Gordon. You know, Channel 4 viewers have emailed us some fabulous photos that you took during the earthquake. We want to share them with you now if we possibly can. You know, the quake knocked down some fences and knocked them out of alignment, sent things flying off shelves. And if you have video or photos that you want to send to us, we really invite you to share them with us so we can share them with everyone else. And you can email them to us at ic@knbc.com. And if you didn't get a chance to write that down, just go to our website, knbc.com. And we'll explain everything to you there and how to do it.
Well, that'll do it for us tonight. The NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams, who reports from London tonight, is coming up next.
Good night, everyone.
On the broadcast tonight from London, shaken up, a significant earthquake rattles a wide area of Southern California, including downtown L.A. Tonight, we'll look at what happened and what could happen next. Price plunge, the news on home prices in the U.S. tonight that has a lot of people wondering, when does this economy get any better? New hope thanks to some new medications and promising early results in the fight against an awful disease. And two wheels are suddenly